Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of November, right through to the end of December 2023. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. The first pile is going to be your protagonist energy, and the second pile, or anything that is a little bit difficult or any obstacles you will be experiencing during the next 6 weeks. And of course, the third pile is the outcome of how things are going to come together, okay? Also, you may notice that I'm in a different area. I've gone to visit my folks for a couple of weeks, so I'll be back to my usual space, of course, then, but for now, here I am. So I hope the acoustics is okay for you all. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know regarding their career? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, looking at your overarching energy, I can see that some of you are doing some deep thinking regarding your career at this moment. You're doing a little bit of soul searching about your path. Some of you are making some adjustments regarding your career. You may be eradicating things that you do not enjoy, perhaps things that waste a lot of your time or energy. I definitely see you're getting more organized and sufficient in whatever it is that you do. Some of you may be closing out the year, tying up loose ends as we move towards the end of the year. I definitely see with the Page of Swords that you're still brainstorming, though. You may be curious about a path. With the Moon card there, it tells me that some of you are feeling a little bit uncertain about some aspects of your career right now, and you're trying to do a little bit of brainstorming in order to get a bit of clarity, okay? With the cause and effect there, some of you may even be dealing with new contracts or a lot of paperwork this month, emails, calls. I definitely see that you're going to be very productive. You're going to be very busy. And I definitely see that some of you are trying to manifest something that perhaps hasn't truly come to fruition yet. And some of you are looking at your options. I definitely see that by the end of December, as we move into January 2024, there's a little bit of extra luck available to you that you feel has not been available to you for quite some time, but you will start to see a shift there as well. Now, what's wonderful is you're starting off with that Page of Swords energy, which is thoughts, and thoughts becoming things. And some of you are in planning stages. Some of you may be thinking about the next steps of your career. You end on a King of Wands and an Empress energy. So you're really reestablishing your sense of power. You are influencing your circumstances, and you really are a tour de force, a real force to be reckoned with. There's a lot of energy available to you as you close out the year. So some of you are really hoping to get this year, 2023, over and done with. You're so done with it, and you're looking forward to what next year brings. However, let's deal with the cards that we've got in this moment. The first card there is the Moon card, and it says self-reflection. So some of you may be thinking about new ideas of how to set up a second stream of income, maybe something that is a little bit more freelance or independent. And this may be a thought at this stage, something you're strategizing to really put into motion. And I mean, it could be that you're becoming an entrepreneur, especially since you have the Empress energy there. Male or female, it's not a gender specific reading. It's more about the energy. So this is about you recognizing that you're very gifted at what you do and trying to put a creative spin on whatever it is that you do. So if you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur or launching a business, I definitely see that you're in the strategic mode of planning, and then you'll put those plans in motion and it'll be very lucrative. There's a lot of abundance and prosperity being attracted to you at this time. And some of you may be thinking about taking up seasonal work over this period just to make ends meet. I mean, I'm holding the moon card right now and I'm hearing this song, and I really don't like to hear this song, but it is coming through, so I have to mention it to you. I'm hearing, there's a hole in my bucket, dear Lizer, dear Lizer. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Lizer, a hole, okay? Now, because we got the moon card there, the moon can be a very draining energy. So some of you are really exhausted. Some of you may feel like you're pouring a lot of energy into this bucket. Maybe that's what symbolically it means. And there's a hole in it. Something's draining. I mean, it could also indicate that you are using all your talents and gifts and you're like pooling your resources, but you feel like things like everyday reality, inflation or prices are going up. It feels like things are being drained right now. So you're really looking at where you're filling up your bucket, as it were, and what is the hole. So for example, and I'm just giving you a very basic example here, some of you may be looking at subscriptions that you have that are personal, perhaps, and you feel, you know what, I love that subscription, but I don't read it as much as usual, or I don't use it as much as usual. It's got to go. I definitely see that you're streamlining your resources, and this is like a personal energy, so you may be looking at things like that, but also in terms of your career, I feel like you're stepping away from anything that's draining, because I do feel like you are exhausted. And with the moon card there, it's really about reflecting on your path and looking at what has been either an obstacle or perhaps another way of working, another approach, especially since you've got a Seven of Pentacles here. So you're really doing a bit of a self-evaluation period where you're wondering, which path should I take, okay? And because normally on the moon card, there tends to be a wolf and a dog there. Dogs, they tend to represent, long-term investments when it comes to career, something that you will invest in and it will bring security. And of course, the wolf is a little bit more independent. So some of you may be thinking about taking up independent contracts, or you're a freelancer, or maybe this is something you're thinking about for 2024. Some of you may even want to take your career on the road there. But the moon card represents an opportunity to slow down, to pause, and reflect on your progress to now and where you want to take your career moving forward. We do have the Page of Swords, so you're keeping an eye on things. Page of Swords is a wonderful card for brainstorming, lots of new ideas. Some of you may be picking up a new project, or if you're an entrepreneur, you may be branching out or trying to launch something new to keep things exciting, to bring a little bit more spontaneity in there. But I definitely get a sense that you're very cerebral. You're thinking about the next steps. And some of you, if you do not have a plan in motion, I definitely see that you will be in the planning stages of something as we close out the year. For some of you, you're going to hear some news that really gives you something to think about. Now, it could be that if you've been waiting for a promotion or a raise, it may be delayed. Now, nobody likes to hear that, okay? But I'm seeing it there. We got the Hangman. So it feels like something that you deserve has been put on hold. So whether it is an elevation period, or whether it is you're in a probation period and you're waiting to step into a new pay grade, or whether it's you're biding your time until you get your bonus and then deciding to leave a place in order to go somewhere new, because the Page of Swords is very curious. It's like, what else is out there? So some of you may be just keeping your eye on the job market, seeing if there's anything that brings in more money, because we've got the King of Wands there and the Empress as your outcome energy, which means you're stepping into more abundance, more money, and you're very gifted and very talented. So you're looking at your skill set and thinking, you know what? Am I being paid what I'm worth? And if the answer is no, I definitely see that you're making some changes, okay? Now, this card is the Seven of Pentacles. This is all about restructure and self-evaluation. So it's really interesting that you've got a protagonist energy, which is your energy, of you really thinking about the next steps. You work really hard. You're really invested. And some of you, I mean, that song, There's a Hole in My Bucket, it really connects to this song, actually, because this is about all the effort that you put in and then getting a little reward. Or you're getting like less than you feel like you put in, if you know what I mean. So you're looking at things that drain your resources, and you're looking at how you save your money or how you invest your money, and trying to make a little go a long way. But at the same time, in the job market, you're looking at all the work that you do, and it's a lot. You work really hard, you're really invested, and I definitely get a sense here that you're looking at your finances to see if it reflects the amount of work that you do. And if not, some of you may be taking a second stream of income, or you may be actually deciding to put your resume out there to find something new, somewhere where you feel appreciated and where you're recognized for your skill set. Now, also the Seven of Pentacles is a card of being at a fork in the road. So some of you, there is some news that comes in the next 6 weeks that really gives you something to think about. So for example, you could be tapped for promotion. I definitely see with the Empress energy, a promotion is available. However, you may feel for the amount of extra work and responsibility that's being laid at your door, you may feel the pay grade is not what you're hoping for, okay? So with the King of Wands there, this indicates you have the knowledge and you are a pro at what you do. You're very gifted, very skilled. You have the potential to negotiate a better deal, because I definitely see you're influencing your circumstances. So I can see here that there's someone in a hierarchical position who actually respects what you bring to the table in your career, and I feel like they're a really good person to talk to and negotiate that better deal. If you're an entrepreneur, I definitely see there's like a lucrative client that could come in last minute at the end of the year, and they could try and sort of enlist your services. However, they may try to either get a discount or try to negotiate you down in some way. But with the Empress energy there, it tells me that you know your worth. You've established a boundary, especially if you're creative. It's really important to stick to what you feel is right when it comes to valuing your services. So if someone is tempted to try and knock down the price and you feel that they're going over the line there, reestablish your boundary. You are very gifted at what you do. And if they want a shoddy service, they can go elsewhere, but they're looking for the best. So I get this energy that they're actually going to take a contract with you on your terms. So that's what I see there as well. Now, with the Lovers card, it's in the resistance position, so it's like you got it in the reverse, okay? So this indicates some of you are feeling right now you have not many options available to you, okay? But that will change by the end of the 6 weeks. So if you feel like you were hoping for a promotion or raise and it hasn't come in yet, I definitely see by the end of the year, you're going to hear some news about it that actually sees you step into a position, but a little bit later than you thought, okay? Or a bonus may come in a little bit later than you thought. And if you've already received that, I definitely see that there's something else to come. So it could be like a quarterly bonus, or perhaps if the company that you work for did really well, they may give a little bit extra. And I know right now with the economic climate, that's not really heard of. I feel it's very special if you get that, but I'm definitely picking up on that energy. So it's got to be for somebody out there, okay? Now, for some of you beautiful Pisces who've come to this reading and you're currently looking for work, you do not have any work. Some of you may be a little bit anxious or a little bit worried that you've been looking for work, you've been looking everywhere, you've been trying everything to get a position, but nothing's happening right now, and you're looking at your resources and feeling things are depleting. You're getting a little bit anxious. I definitely see your luck is changing, and I feel that you will hear of a position that comes in by the end of this year, but you won't start it until next year, 2024. So I feel a new contract comes in. You will sign that contract. Pay close attention to any small print, because I feel there's something in this contract where you'll have to negotiate a better term or a better benefit in some way. But I definitely see that you will step into this leadership role, because I feel it's an elevated role. It brings more status is what I'm seeing here. But I feel that there could be a probationary period that goes with that. So maybe that's what the pay grade step is. You start at a certain level, but at the end of the probation period, you step into a higher level of pay. That's what I'm seeing there as well. But also, the Lovers card can indicate, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, I'm not really focused on love at this time, because this is, of course, a career reading. Some of you beautiful Pisces, the majority collective energy, some of you may be working really hard and feel like there's no balance in life. You may feel that either your love life is suffering because you're working really hard and you just need to bring a little bit more harmony into your life. Some of you may even have gone through a separation, and there is some sort of personal distraction going on there. Give yourself time to heal. It's really important. I see some of you are trying to launch yourself into work in order not to focus on a personal problem right now or an issue, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Take the time that is necessary in order to heal, and I feel there are better things on the horizon for you as you move into 2024 as well, okay? But as you can see there, there's like the moon and the sun. So this really indicates balance. And when you apply a Lover's card into a career reading, although it's in the reverse position at first, it will go into the upright at the end of the reading, because this is a reading for 6 weeks. So something that you've been manifesting, something that your heart has been vibing at, a longing for, it will be attracted to you and it's coming your way, okay? So thoughts become things. You've got the Page of Swords, which is a thought, the initial seed of a thought, and it could come from some sort of news. And then with the King of Wands, this is establishing your power. It is about taking action on something. And with the Empress present, it says that you're in a really good position to attract more wealth or more status, or really, hone your crafts, your skill set in order to be a pro at what you do. But also you are recognizing the sense of value, that you deserve more. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Some of you, especially since it's been in the resistance position there, some of you felt that perhaps there's been a bit of a bad run of luck recently in your career sector, or you feel there's been a bit of chaos. If you're working for a company or you're working for yourself, as we close the end of the year, you may feel it's a very hectic time, it's very chaotic, it just feels like you're pushed and pulled in many different directions and you can't catch a break. Well, that break is coming at the end of the year, and you will move into January 2024 with a lot more ease and a lot more luck as well there, because luck is going to bring you like a surprise opportunity. Now we do have the Hermit energy, so some of you may be setting something up alone, you may be going solo, or perhaps this is something that's in the works for you at the moment. You're thinking about launching a business or an entrepreneurship, or some of you are stepping into a role where it's more solitude, shall we say. Some of you may be, even if you're in a managerial position, you may be actually recognizing that you are set apart from everybody else. Even though you're a team, people may look at you in a different way. Sometimes it's lonely at the top, but you have a goal to reach, and I feel like you will get the rewards of that goal that you're searching for. Now the Hermit card, because it's in the reverse, okay, some of you may be feeling it's time to network a little bit more for your career, or perhaps you're going to be going to like a work event. And again, if you're going out to some sort of work event, I do see some sort of romantic connection there. It could be an office romance, or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you go to an event and there is someone who works in the same sort of industry as you. And if you are looking for romance, it's there, it's available for you as well, okay? But the Hermit is a card to go solo, but it's also a card to take a pause and to reflect, okay? Recharge your batteries. So you are being called to take some quality time to rest, especially since you're going to be on the go for the next coming weeks. I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's personal that you're going to be dealing with, but also a lot of like paperwork, a lot of administrative tasks. You're going to be very productive, but also very busy. I can see that. And with the Hermit energy, some of you may feel like you're alone in whatever it is that you do. You may see some people like kicking back and relaxing a little bit earlier, and you're having to pick up the slack. There may be somebody that actually you kind of like their company in your working environment, but you may see that suddenly they've stopped working, or suddenly they're not doing what they usually do, and it feels like you're having to pick up the slack, or you're noticing it, and it can mean that they're actually going to leave. Okay, I just get this energy of someone's leaving. But also looking at your energy, my beautiful Pisces, there's about 60% energy coming through here, where some of my beautiful Pisces out there, if you're in a career sector, you're waiting for either a bonus or an opportunity to elevate in the current circumstances and then move to a more lucrative deal, okay? With the Justice card there, this is a card that indicates that you are either renegotiating a term or a contract, okay? Because this is a contractual agreement. And I definitely see here lots of paperwork, lots of tasks that you're going to be doing, but I feel like you're making some adjustments in your career. So this could be the way you work or the way you approach your work. So if you're happy where you're at, because I feel like you're really checking in with the exchange there, are you enjoying what you do? And if you've lost that loving feeling for what you're doing, either you're trying to bring that spark back, or you're thinking about going elsewhere that you can feel a little bit more appreciated, or you can enjoy it a little bit more and bring some spontaneity. I also see some company restructures going on. So if you do work for an establishment, you may hear that they are changing contracts or benefits in some way, and they may even offer a new contract. Remember, if they're offering a new contract, when you sign that new contract, that is your new start date. So if you work for a company for 10 years and you had benefits or any sort of bonuses available to you in that position, remember they are nullified the moment you sign a new contract. Some of you may actually be fighting against that or like digging your heels in regarding that, but I feel the restructure is going to occur anyway. So I hate to give that message, but that's coming through there. So some of you may be looking for other positions, and some of you, I actually see that whatever is going on, you're making it work to your advantage, okay? But this is the cause and effect card. So this indicates some of you are making those adjustments. You're trying to bring balance and harmony in there. It's almost like you're tuning into your soul song because you want 2024 to be different. And I definitely see that some of you may have to deal with some legal issues, whether they are new policies that come into play, or some sort of restructure that sees you having to sign new documents. For example, if you're an entrepreneur, you may see that some policies change and you'll have to change the way you work, or perhaps this is like a legal requirement. If you're on social media, for example, you may see some changes there as well, and you'll have to adhere to that. But I feel like you got this, whatever this is, okay? But it may be that you're told about it maybe 6 weeks before it is action. So you get a choice as to whether you want to go through with it, or you get to learn about it before it comes into effect, okay? Now we do have the Hangman energy, so this tells me that right at the end of the year, you are taking a well-earned break. This is a pause, okay? But again, it's a very reflective card. Some of you may have felt that 2023 really turned your world upside down. There was a lot of ups and downs going on there, but this is a period where you get to reflect and think about the next steps, okay? The Hangman, as you can see there, it's like a dream catcher on there. So it's really about you taking stock of how far you've come, what you've achieved, and where you want to take things next. So I really feel that you're in the flow of like reestablishing a boundary, healthier working practices, and that goes across the board, whether you're in a company with other people or whether you are working for yourself, okay? Because if you're working for yourself, sometimes it's 24/7, it's not 9 to 5. So you have to find a cutoff point. You have to find a healthy boundary for you to say enough is enough. Now I'm going to take some quality rest so that I can come back clear-minded the next day and approach work in a healthier fashion, rather than burning yourself out, burning the candle at both ends. So it's really important to establish that boundary, okay? Now, some of you have been waiting a long time for some sort of move or restructure. If you're already in a partnership, a business partnership, some of you may either hear that your partner is leaving or you want to leave this person. And some of you, not all of you, but I'm getting like an energy of your partner, if you're in a company with another person, someone is being disruptive and you may decide to leave that partnership, and there may even be some legal requirements, or you may even take that person to court regarding something. I definitely see here that you will get really good advice and take that advice. I definitely see that you will win the situation, whatever that is, because you have the Justice card in your favor as the outcome energy. And if you're already going through some sort of legality, some of you may be a little bit worried, but I definitely see that you're honest and, you know, your approach of integrity will see you win the day. Now, also, we've got two wonderful cards there at the end. We've got the Empress energy and we've got the King of Wands, okay? Now, this can indicate that some of you are thinking about partnering up with somebody, especially since we have the Lovers card there. There may be a lucrative client that comes in, or perhaps there's a new management reshuffle and someone is on your side. There just seems to be a coming together for you, a unity. So you may feel that even if you work for a company and there's a lot of office politics or sloppy work, it feels as you close the year, there's a little bit more unity, people coming together, a little bit more excitement, and just a little bit more energy, okay? Now, the Empress energy, it tells me that your gifts and talents are on point. You're a very talented person, and I see that you're going to be very productive and you're going to get a lot done. Also, I see that you are starting the new year on a real high. So that's quite exciting there as well. And some of you, there's like a passion project or something creative, whether it's a side hustle or whether it's something entrepreneurial that you're trying to branch out and start or launch. I definitely see that you are going to be very successful at that. And I feel like you stand out from the crowd, shall we say. And for some of you, this is you stepping into a leadership position. You are not starting from scratch. I feel like you're starting from experience in some area of your career. So it could be that you are moving into a different sector in your career or launching a new project where it feels like you are kind of exploring your options, taking things in a different direction. However, you're still using the same skill set as what you have already. And the King of Wands is to be passionate, to lead with your passions. It's to establish yourself as someone who is a real force to be reckoned with, okay? So this is you influencing your circumstances and bringing in more money. Now, in terms of your finance, I definitely get a sense you're attracting more money, okay? There may even be something that is legal that, how can I put that? It's almost like a tax rebate or something that you've been waiting for a long time that perhaps has been held up by a legal process is actually going to come to you by the end of the year. There's definitely money that's been delayed that comes to you at the end of the year. It'll surprise you. I mean, it's not really a surprise because you've been waiting for it, but you may have felt like you're not going to get it. You actually will get that, whatever that is. And in terms of the Seven of Pentacles, it tells me that you're going to have a little bit more money than you thought. However, I feel like you're looking at life in general, you know, the way of the world, the economic situation, and feeling like you need to bring in a little bit more. So maybe this is a seasonal job you'll take, or perhaps you're launching something creative that's online that will actually bring in more money, because the cause and effect card is like a card of duality, okay? It means that there is a fluctuating energy about your finances. And because I got that song, you know, there's a hole in my bucket, it can indicate that, you know, you may feel there are certain things that you spend on that you enjoy, of course, but also you may feel there are some things that are wasted. So as I said earlier, like subscriptions and things like that. So you may look at that fluctuating income. Okay, I always give you the energy that I can feel coming on in there. I will address that card now in a moment. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Also, I want you to be aware there is a rogue card in this deck. It's meant to be there. It's a special card. Not everybody gets it, but some people, they kind of freak out and think it's like a card that shouldn't be there, but it should. Okay, now we have that pendulum. So, of course, we're in the season where people, you know, either overspend or they get really good deals, because this is a time period where there's like discounts and deals. I feel like you will get some really good deals on whatever it is you're spending on, okay? I also see that it's almost like I feel there is an opportunity for you to work alone somewhere, or maybe this is something that you're going to withdraw and work on in secret. And it could be that you have an untapped resource, like a, you know, a hidden talent. And I feel like you will make it something really big in 2024. But it says here, fluctuating income, indecision, new strategy. So I definitely see that there. Seasonal work. I definitely picked up on that. Job change and making some choices. So you're in a period of self-reflection. So all the cards are pointing to the same thing there. And also we've got candle, ambition, taking action. That's your outcome energy. Hustle, manifesting money, management, high rank, visibility, and athletic. Now, athletic can mean that you're actually, you know, doing something with action, or there's a faster pace coming in, but it could also mean some of you work in like athletics or in some sort of physical job there. But ultimately, it's about you going from strength to strength, reigniting your passion and seeing 2024 as an opportunity to step up into the next level. So I'm very excited about your progress. Let's go and get some final rune or trinket for you before we close. Okay, oh, we didn't get any rune, but we got some trinkets there. We got the mirror. Now, I close my eyes when I pick these trinkets, and of course you can't see that, so you do have to trust me on that. But the mirror represents self-reflection, and of course that's your first card, okay? So you're really taking a hard look at your skill set and recognizing, you know, your value, because that's what the Empress is all about. Again, male or female, it's not gender specific reading. So it's like, are the efforts that I'm making reflected in the financial recompense that I'm getting? And if it's not, I definitely see a restructure going on here, and you're in control of that. We also have umbrella. Now that really indicates here that you are protected during difficult times, okay? Of course, we can all see there's an economic storm brewing. I'm not going to lie to you. You can see it. 2024 is going to bring even more difficult circumstances, okay? It's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride. However, I feel like you are protected and redirected, and I definitely get a sense here that you are prepared for that. So I see you putting yourself in a really good position, and I always say this, Especially recently, my guides have been giving me this, and they're just giving it to me again. It's really savvy for you to maybe download a statement of where you house your finances, just in case there's any like gremlins in the system, because this is a time period where we can have some interference with electronics or satellites or, you know, solar flares, things like that. So I feel it'd be a really good thing for you to get into a habit of just, you know, keeping a statement of what you got, just in case there's ever any, like, you know, fluctuation. And of course, we've got the key. So unlocking your destiny, seeking answers. The key always represents getting answers towards your destiny and being on the right track. So I definitely see that some of you are thinking about something new that you will launch, and maybe some of you are actually keeping it on the down low, a secret. You're working behind the scenes on something, and it's going to become very lucrative. And I see that your plans in motion are quite exciting indeed. So I wish you so much luck. With the Wheel of Fortune there, luck will be on your side as you move into 2024. So it's a very exciting time. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Pisces. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisces, and love and light.